The Dyatlov Pass Incident. Back in 1959, 9 experienced hikers went into the Ural Mountains in Russia and never came back. When rescuers eventually found their campsite, the tent had been sliced open from the inside. The hikers had fled into the freezing night without proper clothing. Some were found with unusual injuries. One had chest trauma similar to being hit by a car. Another was missing their eyes, and one was missing a tongue. Radiation was even detected on some of their clothing. Over the years, the theories have been endless: avalanches, secret weapons testing, infrasound panic. But the truth is, none of them explain everything. And after decades, it's still one of history's coldest cold cases. The Voynich Manuscript. Basically, the world's most confusing book. It's a centuries-old document filled with writing no one can read, and drawings of plants that have never existed on Earth. Linguists, historians, and even World War II codebreakers have tried to solve it, and no one has made any real progress. Not even modern AI has cracked it. Some people think it might be an ancient medical text. Others say it's a hoax. A few believe it could be written in a long-lost language. Whatever it is, it has sat for over 600 years, refusing to make sense. The Mary Celeste, the original ghost ship. In 1872, a fully stocked ship was found drifting in the Atlantic with no crew aboard. There were no signs of struggle, no storms, no missing cargo. The captain's log simply stopped mid-routine. Meals were still on the table. The lifeboat was missing. But everything else was completely normal. There are theories about alcohol vapor causing a panic, sudden waves, even pirates, but none of them explain why the crew abandoned a perfectly safe ship. It remains one of the sea's most famous mysteries, the Tunguska Event. In 1908, something exploded over Siberia with the power of a massive nuclear blast, decades before nuclear weapons existed. The explosion flattened more than 800 square miles of forest. People hundreds of miles away saw the sky light up. Scientists think it might have been a comet or asteroid that exploded in midair, but there's no impact crater and no fragments. The Antikythera Mechanism. An artifact that shouldn't exist. It's a metal device with over 30 precision gears, found in an ancient Greek shipwreck. It can predict eclipses, planetary movements, and even the dates of the Olympic Games. It is essentially a 2,000-year-old analog computer. The strange part is that nothing close to its complexity appears again for about 1,000 years. It's like finding an iPhone in ancient Rome, and then nothing even remotely similar afterward. The Dancing Plague of 1518. In the city of Strasbourg, hundreds of people suddenly began dancing uncontrollably. Not for fun, more like they physically couldn't stop. Some danced for days until they collapsed. A few reportedly died from exhaustion. Theories range from mass hysteria to poisoned bread to extreme stress, but none explain how so many people were affected at the same time, or why it lasted for weeks. It remains one of history's strangest public health mysteries. The Green Children of Woolpit. In medieval England, 2 children supposedly emerged from a pit near a village. They spoke a language no one recognized, and their skin had a greenish tint. They claimed they came from a place called St. Martin's Land, a world of permanent twilight. The boy died young, but the girl survived, learned English, and said they had wandered into a cave and ended up in this world. Some think it's folklore. Others think it may have been malnutrition, or simply a historical story that changed over time. But old records describe it seriously enough that people still wonder what really happened. The lead masks case. In Brazil in 1966, 2 men were found dead on a hillside wearing formal suits and strange lead masks covering their eyes, the kind you would use during a radiation experiment. Next to them was a note with simple instructions. Be at the location at a certain time. Ingest capsules. Await signal. There were no injuries, no signs of struggle, and no known cause of death. Some say they were trying to make contact with something. Others think it was a ritual or an experiment gone wrong. No one knows what happened in their final hours. The disappearance of flight MH370. In 2014, a commercial airliner with 239 people on board vanished during a routine flight. Some debris washed up on remote coastlines, but the main wreckage and the flight recorders have never been found. Even stranger, the plane made deliberate course changes, suggesting someone was in control. But no one knows who or why. It's one of the greatest aviation mysteries in modern history.